Hi, people. Moin waving back here again as always, and as usual. Hello, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Let me see if everyone can I hear myself. Okay, hold on for a second. Let me check to see if I can hear myself. ah, yeah. Blah blah blah. GG. Yeah, hi GG. Hold on. I'm still testing my thing. Let me see if I can hear myself. Okay. blah blah blah. Okay. blah blah blah. Okay, so I can hear myself. Okay. 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 Yeah. Hi again, Gigi. Uh, yeah. Hi as well, Simon Jimenez. Um, just like yeah, you're asking what the word is. There is no real word really. Adam says, "Moin, also glad to see you back online." Black Moon Lilith says, "Hello." Yes, hello to you too, people. This is literally just a miscellaneous live stream. Nothing specific. Anything is on the table. I just felt like live streaming on this for me rainy Saturday. And that's also why I'm wearing headphones, which I usually do not wear. It's raining in my location, but I'm not complaining because usually it's too dry and too hot outside. Crank up the AC. Yeah, the reason I use Barbatos is his wallpaper. It's just for good measure's sake because I'm never going to use the YouTube banner Barbatos' wallpaper that I had created. But speaking of that, yeah, that's one of the things that I can discuss. Yeah, that thing with Barbatos was one hell of a doozy. Like I mentioned in the video, in the follow-up videos. I really like. I mean, it was like I was sick. I had all the symptoms of a severe fever without actually being sick physically. So yeah, it was quite interesting. Seeing Barbatos his power be fused with my own in real time, and yeah, it just almost done. The tattoo is starting to dry. Yeah, the tattoo is drying. Everything is coming along well. Just my leg hair needs to grow back, but the tattoo was put obviously. For the rest, I am pretty much almost already done. But yeah, it was over the course of my entire career, it was quite unpleasant because I had never experienced those kinds of inconveniences. First, it was like a fever almost that knocked me out like for a day or two, and all the while, what I said in the video explaining that I saw that green snake representing Barbatos' power fuse with my own Kundalini, and it just goes on. And then I remember my right shoulder, right when facing me. Yeah, I'm sorry, right when facing me. When someone looks at me, it's my left shoulder, but my right shoulder, from my perspective, oh boy, it was so painful that I couldn't even move my neck. I couldn't even do this. It hurt that much, like having freaking arthritis throughout half part of your body. It was like a stroke almost. I felt it literally going like this, like freaking Two Face from Batman. And yeah, what else? Um, After that, I got an annoying cold sore in my mouth that really hurt a lot. I mean, I regularly get cold sores, and cold sores I especially get when I especially get cold sores when there is some kind of energetic shift or some kind of energy based change or anything like that regarding my work. But this was like really the most painful one to the point where my the right cheek was swollen. People barely noticed it, but I noticed it right away. Especially when I woke up in the morning. It really like burnt, like there was no tomorrow. I couldn't even eat properly. I mean, I could eat, but every time food even remotely went towards this cheek, it like hurt. It hurt along the lines of just like a herpes sore almost. Not that I've ever had herpes, nor do I intend on doing so. um, but yeah, it's already cleared up and almost completely gone, like pretty much gone. Um, So yeah, and now I'm at full power, and I noticed the results. Okay, I'll get your question in a second, Adam. Let me just finish what I was going to say. Um, and yeah, the end result. I've noticed a lot of things. Like I said, I've noticed a lot of things, stuff that I've said, etc., etc., etc. Other than what I've mentioned in the videos, I've noticed that like I get like flashes from the past, etc., stuff that happened to me. Just random stuff. It could be negative or positive, but usually it's negative due to the neurosis. When I, for example, delve into someone's mind, I can go into the future or into the past, like hour wise, like 5 p.m., and then I'll see 3 p.m. because, nothing new has happened between 3 and 5 p.m. So it's showing me that, hey, this is when the thought was fully processed. The vision is showing me. It's all quite sick. I can see and feel and hear everything in real time. Like, for example, if I mind dove into Alaska, I can literally feel the cold. And it's like YouTube VR, virtual reality. I can essentially say I want to be in the image, in the thingy, the vision itself, and I'm like there. And I can literally feel it. I feel the cold, I feel everything. And it's quite delicious. It's quite cool. Okay. Well worth the trouble, but nothing I wasn't aware of already. Barbatos' stuff is well worth the trouble. A lot more clairvoyant I've become. I I see a lot of astral energy just miscellaneously in daily life. Like essentially, like for example, last night I'm just sitting on my phone and all of a sudden I see shadows moving next to me. I was on my couch and I see a black snake like briefly right next to me, and then the snake burrows into the sofa. And I'm like, yeah, it's just astral energy. Well, since it was Sandalphon's day, then it was Sandalphon's, specifically Sandalphon's energy. Sandalphon's snaky. Now, yeah, let me get to the questions. So you plan on moving out of Suriname or going elsewhere? Yeah, but honestly, I don't want to mince too many words about that. I've already spoken about that several times. I'm not gonna lie to you. Something that's listen. Something people. I've already said this in the past. To the point where I'm almost sick of it. People do not get this. Being born here is a death sentence, essentially. Any one of you, all of you combined, if you were born here, right, and you wanted to move to the U.S. or Canada, you wanted to move to an actual country, it's you could literally be reincarnated 10 times and you wouldn't even do make it halfway. It's that impossible. People just don't get it. The only exceptions to that so-called rule is that if you, for example, you wanted to move to the US, you marry an American man or woman. So that's called spousal sponsorship. Or you have family there and they'll have to vouch for you for years. So they have to put their ass on the line for you, literally and figuratively. Those are the only exceptions. That's the only way that, generally speaking, people from the third world move to the first world and whatnot. Um, and other than that, it's borderline impossible for anyone. You can go to any immigration lawyer; they'll tell you, "Yeah, no, it's not doable for you as an individual." No, 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 no. It's just any other option would involve being the equivalent of asking someone to climb Mount Everest in winter season. So when it's winter, barefoot. Can you imagine that? All of you combined wouldn't even make it like 100 meters. Just because I'm the best and strongest sorcerer in the world doesn't mean that I'm invincible, nor would I ever claim to be so. I would metaphorically, or within the scope of said metaphor, I would make it like what, a kilometer before I collapse, or a couple of kilometers, or I would find a safe place to hide. I wouldn't die, but still. So all I can say is, regarding the whole thing about moving away from Suriname, um, I'm not gonna make any statements regarding that. The people that are waiting for me, so to speak, I would simply say, don't wait up, okay? Don't. It's a bad habit. Don't get into the negative habit of simply waiting on me or waiting for me. Just don't. End of story. But the rest, I don't want to really mince any words for on it, like I said, or over it. It's silence is gold, and it's the same goes. Now, have you ever seen another physical manifestation of God Jehovah since your last video on him? If so, can you please describe what he looked like in full detail? Very curious to know. No, the way I described him was already. You can already find that in the Dark Cairo videos. Really, I've already described it, so there's nothing new I can say. Um, Germanic Spaniard. Oh, you're new. Name is funny, Germanic Spaniard. Can you stay in the past permanently and make changes knowing the future outcomes of your decisions? No, no. You're thinking too much about movies, about time traveling. Doesn't work like that. Um, okay, it, within the scope of magic and the actual real world, stuff doesn't work that way. It has nothing to do with that. When you, for example, when I mind delve, for example, it's like astral projection 10.0, but you're doing it in real time, mixed with clairvoyance and everything you can think of. It's when I, for example, want to see what someone is doing, literally. This is Magic 101. The entire universe is comprised of astral planes and astral spheres, and the material plane is like here. So what I do is I literally come. Let me put it vertically. I come literally as close as possible. It's not possible to enter the material plane itself, as in physical world, and see, hey, what's someone doing? Oh, the person's on the toilet. Okay, no, no, no. You literally come as close as possible. You're literally like here. It's like it's like being in the same building, and then you're separated only by a very thin wall. Okay, imagine a wall with a thickness or a density of 2 centimeters, like that. And yeah, that's the closest you can come to. And like I said, 90 to 99%, you'll be correct in terms of understanding all of it. Like I said, I've done it metaphorically speaking countless times, so I know what time it is, and I can easily do so. So I know that what I saw, is correct, etc. I'm essentially seeing. I'm essentially seeing. Essentially, like I said, I get time and whatnot. If I ask, okay, what time is it? It can be like a couple of hours before, it can be the exact same time, or it can be a couple of hours after. Like I said, you need to understand first how the whole concept of the universe works within the scope of the Kabbalah. The Kabbalah perfectly displays this, that existence is like a river, the universe is like a river. Everything comes from the spiritual and then it mounts out into the physical. And when the water flows, everything trickles down. It's like uploading a YouTube video. It needs the processing, processing, processing. You can't watch the video until it's fully processed. For example, regular resolution done, you can only watch the video in the regular resolution. HD still processing. That's why everything spiritually processes first and then it manifests materially, or it is done for a good portion regarding processing. So, for example, if it's 5 p.m. in someone's location and I see 3 p.m., then that means that the person simply that simply means that the person that nothing fascinating happened, because I can ask the question and literally, oh, nothing happened. So between then and now, it's now 5 p.m. for them. Between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m., this is what's going to happen. This is what's happening. Nothing special. It's just this is what the person is doing, etc. You name it, and in real time, I can like I said, it's like super ultra thing because it's still obviously very incredible. It's the low one of the lowest astral planes that I go to when I want to see what someone is doing in the material world, and I can see and hear everything like crystal clear, like I'm there myself. Saw someone take a shower. I heard everything like the same way that the screeching noise that a shower knob makes when you open it up, and then you can hear the water slowly trickling until it's like. Psh. I heard it. I was like, God, I just hear it. It's like I'm there. Everything. I can see, hear, smell everything. Mm. And yeah, that's the skill, a la Barbatos. Let me see. Yeah, Ace Payton, could you explain on how you went to achieve your first astral projection? Astral projection for me was easily. Some people have difficulty astral projecting. I hmm, I'm not sure if you're the one that commented in my video on what Barbatos' plane looks like. If you're the same person, Ace Payton. If you were the one that made the statement that you and your wife, or that someone made the statement in any case that me and my wife were not, we've been trying to achieve astral projection for years, etc. Some people have difficulty with it, and I've noticed something. For people that invoke, it's a lot easier when you have energy flow through you. Any kind of exercise like the middle pillar, astral projection is easy because again it requires energy to flow through you. But some people, I notice that people that evoke, so people that don't come into contact with energy but that only essentially they call upon energy right in front of them, phew, they have difficulty astral projecting. Nothing, it just came naturally to me. The very first time I astral projected, it was like no biggie, no problem whatsoever. It literally just, I just said, okay, I need to step out of my own body. Boop. Oh yeah, speaking of astral projection, in the wake of Barbatus's new power, I also noticed that I could that I can that I can essentially easily astral project, and I can create copies of myself. It's hilarious. Um, and I can easily do it. For example, even now, I can literally do it while I'm talking, and I can see myself talking to you guys. And yeah, I'm doing it right now, and it's quite interesting that I can do so. Oh boy. Uh, Gigi's asking, when you create egregores nowadays, do you simply use the method on you, the way you post it on your blog? You mean? No. The method I posted is a default method. The changes I made is that the egregores that I create are a lot stronger now, obviously, based on who I am and my power level. Since the Dark Cairo, um, like they're like 100 times, 1,000 times stronger than the egregores I used to create. Usually, the egregores that I created was like on a scale of 0 to 10, but now, no, are you kidding me? No egregore of mine, even if there be that at that level, it does not apply. For example, a 10 by my standards is like 10,000, and they also have no affiliations, no affinities. The egregores that I create now, they can do everything. They have no planetary alignment or zodiacal alignment. No, I don't pigeonhole them. I don't categorize them or classify them within a certain context. No, it's literally just they utilize every and all energies that they need to utilize in order to accomplish that goal. So, like I said, it's a lot. It's a lot. They're a lot stronger. They're metaphorically speaking, if you will. Um, David Bradshaw says, "Oh hell yeah, I miss your live streams." Yeah. Well, you're in luck. I'm streaming right now, obviously. Adam is asking, I was told that psychic abilities are also heavily influenced by astrological placements. Is that true? If so, can you give an example? Yes. Like I already said, astrology for dummies. The constellation you were born under is your God given personality. God is like, okay, you're going to be born now. You're going to be a guy. You're going to be bad with women. Okay. Because you're going to be a mama's boy. You know, your mother will mother you a little too much because she harbors secret fucking, I don't know, incestual. No, sorry for the swearing. Incestual tendencies towards you. I'm just spitballing here. A bad example, maybe, but an example nevertheless. You're going to you're going to be very clever, very smart, very intelligent. Um, you're going to be cold though. You're going to display little to no emotion. Blah 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 blah. Yes, that's what all of that conveys. And you need to be knowledgeable on astrology. It's like learning a language. When you master a language, you understand it linguistically, then you can see the meaning in things that you didn't see prior to learning said language or before learning said language. So now you can, you know, once you're caught up on the basics of astrology, then yeah. But yeah, everything, every person's occult skill or the skill they have when it comes to esotericism, etc., all of its psychic abilities, all of it, they're not influenced by astrological placements. These placements display or convey and or give away what God has decided. As in, okay, you're going to be regarding esotericism, you're going to have strong clairvoyant capabilities. Drawback is it's going to be undirected, so you will not be able to make use of it unless you have guidance from someone that is skilled and strong enough and intelligent enough to actually guide your skill. And it just goes on, it just goes on and on and on. An example I can give, for example, is that people that have a strong fire influence, like Aries, Leos, and Sagittarii or Sagittariuses. Again, fire signs, people that are fire signs in general, they have great willpower, mental strength, like mental strength, but they're stupid as hell. They're like fucking dumbasses. They're, u- they're usually the blue collar workers of the world. Um hmm? I'm sorry, someone is someone is like messaging me. Sorry, stupid. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, as I was saying, um, I mean, yeah. What can I say? Um, as I was saying, it these people are blue collar work. Yeah, blue collar workers in general. You know, they do work that doesn't require a high level of intellect. And when they engage in esotericism, they can do all the things. They get good results, but they generally speaking don't really know enough about how it all works. If you were to ask them detailed questions about, hey, you astral project, how does astral projection work? Why does it work? To what extent does it work? What can influence it? They will not be able to answer your questions in detail. They simply do it, but their understanding of what they're doing is limited. They have a mentality along the lines of, okay, I can do this, it works out well for me. Okay. I'm not saying that you need to know everything into little detail down to the smallest insignificant of details, metaphorically speaking insignificant, but you need to understand it well enough. If you don't understand something well enough, then you're naturally limiting yourself. But if you don't have the mental capacity to limit to if you lack the natural level of intellect to advance beyond that, then you will not be able to advance beyond your limits, and it's not your fault. You need to find an extraordinary route to overcoming your limitations or just plain limits. Adversely, people that are air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, these people, usually the intellectual types, people that have an interest in science, natural ability, people that are deep thinkers, the Platos, the, the Aristotles, the philosophers and the developers of the world, people that deal with things of an intellectual nature. With them, it's the opposite. Great levels of genius, etc., but they lack natural willpower. They lack natural mental strength, and it shows in day-to-day dealings and interactions. Things that require mental strength. Um, and yeah, yeah, it's going to show in intelligence. Finest example is that I also had that, obviously, back when I was still a normal person. You know, before I was an occultist, my strong Libra influence. Not that I'm just Libra, I'm Scorpio mixed Libra, but Scorpio is only a little bit stronger than Libra. But still, my high Libra influence, my tremendously high Libra influence, is the reason that I'm so refined and so highly intelligent, surpassing genius levels, even if I say so myself. And I had that problem my entire life. My entire life, I've already said this before. That's why Samuel is my patron. I wanted, obviously, Sandalphon, my vice patron. Traditionally and classically, Sandalphon is number one now, and Samael is number two for about priority. But like I've already said, but my point is, Samael is what I am, is what I wanted to be. Essentially, when I was like the average person, my entire life I lacked willpower, I lacked mental strength, I lacked Aries, I lacked firepower, and that's what I wanted. I wanted the power. I just wanted power, specifically the power to destroy anything or anyone, so to speak. And it just goes on. And that's what I mean. I had enough intelligence, but I didn't have enough willpower, and it showed in day to day life, in dealings and interactions with people. It just goes on. So yeah, that's an example, or those are examples. Um, hey, Peyton, what did you do to learn hearing spirits? Again, I don't need to go into that. You need to go through the basic clairvoyant exercises for seeing, hearing, and feeling, or tasting and smelling. You name it. It's just basic. It's just clairvoyance 101. You need to actually attain astral senses and develop them. Gigi says search up the square of travel at aids in astral projection. Yeah, but whether it will actually work for for Ace Payton is a different matter. Germanic Spaniard says, have you met spirits with what we would consider technology? You mean have I met spirits that are technologically inclined? Yes. I have met spirits, but by default, Zapkiel, the ruler of Saran, is the primordial one. Metatron as well, and yeah, what else can I say? Hold on for a second. Let me just open the windows to reduce thing to reduce graininess. Oh, yeah, I'm assuming that that's a bit better. Now that there's more light. So yeah, there are other spirits that you can summon for technological purposes, but it's not really necessary. Metatron is another one, and it just goes on. You know, generally speaking, not a lot of people have a requirement for a spirit that specializes in technology. People want things either relating to love, sex, or money, which I can't blame them for, obviously. Um, uh, getting spam on my phone. Let me see. So yeah, did anybody have any other questions? Like I said, it's miscellaneous live stream, so anything is on the table. Um, and yeah, what else can I say? For the rest, personally, let me see. Got nothing else going on really. Regarding, for example, just a miscellaneous statement. My secondary channel is growing exponentially. My recreational channel, it like exploded this year, but yeah, that's primarily due to the local population having discovered it, and people see that I have a lot of nice stuff and they watch a lot of it, etc., etc., etc. But shorts, especially, are popular. People have short attention spans, so shorts are popular. The shortest videos are the most watched ones. But on the official channel, when I'm discussing something serious or of a serious nature, I can't keep it short as much as I would love to, because I myself, I'm not too big of a fan of long videos. Like any video that's half an hour or something, nope. I'm willing to watch anything under 20 minutes. I'll only watch a video that's over half an hour when it's like absolutely necessary. The subject is really of such an intense nature. Uh, uh, and yeah, it's just good because I didn't expect it. I primarily, on the secondary channel, I upload stuff for myself for referential purposes. If someone asks me something, I'm talking about something like, hey, I went to this place, I went to that place, I can show them, you know, or they can subscribe to the secondary channel. But yeah, it's good to see that the secondary channel is getting a lot of traffic as well, to the point where it almost rivals my official channel, my occult channel. Adam says, I don't understand how an angel, when they're fallen, could turn into a monstrous beast. Like, what principle causes them to change form and become such a monstrosity? I think that, honestly, that question is impractical. I mean, no offense to you. I mean, the answer is impractical, or asking yourself such a question is impractical. Because by that logic, you can also ask how the angelic orders are configured. Personally, stuff like that doesn't interest me. And it's not that. It's essentially their appearance. those that do appear that way, it's either to throw you off or to intimidate you or to thingy you or to or to or to to throw what was I gonna say then? To throw you off, intimidate you, or to simply make you just outright become scared. But most of them don't have that form. They only can show their true form to you once they're thinking, and they look no different really. I mean, they do look different, but not literally. You can tell that they're infernal as long as you're experienced enough, but you'll still be able to tell the difference, obviously, between a celestial entity and an infernal entity. But the ones that do appear like beasts, well, monstrous-looking creatures and beasts, like I said, it's one of the aforementioned. They're either doing it to intimidate you, because a couple of them have told me that hey, I just take this form to like scare people, etc., etc. It's essentially they're testing you right from the get-go, and if that's not it, then if it's not something along those lines, then it's simply something that represents their infernal nature, essentially. Have you found anyone who interests you? Gigi is asking me. Have you found anyone who interests you in certain of relationship wise? You mean of a romantic nature or just like friends or something? Romantic. Okay. No, not really. But then again, like I said, it's slim pickings, obviously. I mean, anyone that if you anyone that knows what women from Suriname look like, oh boy. Let alone if I mean, what can I say? It's just awful. Just just awful. Most women on a scale of 0 to 10 look like a freaking -5. And what little women do look good, again, they're impractical in terms of dating. They don't they're very simplistic in nature. I mean, come on, you know what people from the third world are like. They purely they purely their idea of dating or romance and sex is literally just find a husband when for example, if it's a woman, finding a husband when I'm 18 years old, find someone to hook up with, and 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 that's all. Like I said, they're parasites in nature. Even if they are good looking, you won't find more simplistic ones than them. It's like the same way that animals in the jungle literally just look for a mate. They hook up, they reproduce, and that's it. That's the way they think. So the idea of a woman or a female in Suriname is literally okay. I'm 18 years old now. I need to find a husband. I need to have children, and that's it. And then drop dead. That's their idea of life. It's just again, it's very offensive, honestly, let alone to someone like me. So yeah, that's why I don't bother really. Not that I come across women on a day-to-day basis because we don't want the same thing. So over the course of my life, due to the fact that I'm so good looking, even if I say so myself, as always. Even here, I've had women that have taken an interest in me, like a good deal of women, but we don't want the same things. Either that or these women just have a crush on me and they do a bunch of stupid stuff as a result. Funny story. I don't think I've said this before through live stream. The last one was a physician that I frequent. Um, it's a woman that looks Caucasian, and she's not literally Caucasian. She's like mixed race or something, but she's very pale, and she's not bad looking. And again, I've seen enough women look at me in a specific way, in a specific way. So the second she looked at me, I immediately knew what time it was. I was like, oh boy. But she did something that I definitely did not like. It just shows that she doesn't really value the integrity of her practice, if any. But yeah, again, she's not the first one. I He essentially deliberately tried scheduling. I remember I had like an issue with earwax buildup, and I had to get my ears cleaned. Just one ear, essentially, the right one. It sometimes happens when I go swimming. My right ear has like some kind of, it's like my weak ear. Every time I go swimming like back to back, it just my right ear always gives me issues essentially, or sometimes gives me issues. And this ear also builds up a lot of wax compared to the other one. No idea why, but it's something minor, no, nothing worth mentioning. And then I had to go by twice because they had like an appliance or a machine or something that sucks out all the dirt in your ear, etc., and unclogs it. But that machine didn't work properly, and I had to go by again. Okay, problem solved. My ear is completely clean, and and she like wanted to schedule another appointment for no reason. She was just like, "Okay, I'll see you Monday," and I'm like, "What for? No, I'm already done. My ear is already healed up." And she's not saying anything. She's just looking at the document, etc. No eye contact. I know what she was trying to do. But I'm like, seriously, in my mind, I'm like, listen, what angle are you trying to play? Because what would you have done? Would you have kept scheduling appointment after appointment just because you want to see me? I mean, come on. Not only that, that's just also offensive to your practice. But like I said, they don't care. Before that, I already told this to people. I've already told this to people. In 2011, I know GG LMAO. In 2011, um, the company that I worked for, the CEO, a female CEO, she has a very similar appearance. She also looks similar to that woman. And she literally just, oh, did something so offensive. She literally just, I know that she had a crush on me. She did stuff like touch me at my cheek, like this in front of colleagues. But she always found some excuse, like, hey, you need to shave, you haven't shaven, etc., etc. You can't show up to like that to work. Just an excuse to touch me or to do something like that. And then she's asking me, like, one to one on one. Like you need to, hey, the CEO, you need to thingy. The CEO is you need to register at the CEO. She scheduled a meeting with you out of nowhere, like a 15-minute meeting. And then she was fishing for to see if I was seeing someone. You didn't show up at work today. Your supervisor told me. I thought maybe, literally like this. I thought maybe you had broke up with your girlfriend, and you weren't feeling all too good. I'm like, yeah, I'm not seeing anyone. I'm sorry. Are you gay? I'm like, what? What kind of question is that? You're so good looking. You're such a handsome guy. Why aren't you seeing anybody? I'm like, well, I have my personal reasons, that's all. I simply went back to my department. I told my colleagues, which were primarily women, obviously they were all pissed. They were like, that's offensive. How is it? How can the CEO of a company, Marino, talk that way to an employee? That's offensive by global standards. I'm like, yeah. The only the only reason I'm not saying anything is because she's a nice woman. She's not like a thingy. The only reason I didn't outright destroy her, like take her to court or something due to sexual harassment or harassment overall, is because I was like, listen, this is a nice woman. She's not a bitch. She's not a bad woman. Let me just leave things be. But my point is, see what I mean? It's not realistic. Just think about it for a second. You're considerably older than me. How old was I back then? 2011. 22 years ago. I'm 37 now. I'll turn 38 in September. I was like 25 approximately, something along those lines in my mid 20s. And I'm like, seriously, you were like, she was like 45 or something. I was like, listen, you're like 2 decades. I'm thinking to myself, what's your angle? You're considerably older than me. You're married with several children. I work in your company. In a matter of speaking, work for you. In what realistic context do you see anything that resembles us being together? What? Oh, not to mention the fact that she's taller than me. I'm like, okay, not to mention the fact that you're taller than me. Okay. You're like I'm 170, something like that. And she was like 185, something like that. In any case, she was taller than me, considerably taller, like half a meter taller than me. And no self-respecting man obviously will want to be with a woman that's taller than him. That's just
That's very ill advised. A casual hookup, like a one night stand or something, that is understandable. But for that, I can understand if someone wants to make an exception for that. But just being with someone like that romantically, no self-respecting man will do that unless it's a gag or something. It's a joke. It's just again, I don't know what these women are thinking. My point is, they're not thinking. They're not thinking. They're not. They're just not thinking. It's not just that you don't respect your company or your practice. You want to do something, you do it in a serious, realistic context. If I had like a female customer that's hot and I'm interested in her, I will look for a realistic opening. If there isn't one, then too bad. End of story. But the integrity of my practice goes above everything, and I'm not going to tarnish the practice of the integrity of my work for what? A piece of ass? No, no. Or a serious partner? No. Even if it's someone serious marriage material? No. You ask the person in a serious context, okay? I mean, in a realistic, appropriate context. Where you have the freedom and the eligibility to do so, as in, hey, do you want to go out sometime, do you want to do this, do you want to do that, because I've had that for the company in the companies that I've worked in. I've had customers, I can only remember one in 2011, that also asked me out. A woman asked me out. She asked me if I wanted to go to an art exhibit or something, and this was a woman that was divorced with a child, and she simply asked me, do you want to go to an art exposition or something like that, and yeah, that's it. And I simply said no. The reason I said, I already knew back then what time it was, that, hey, this woman is trying to ask me out. She's trying to like find an opening or something. I simply said no because I was I was in like an indescribable horrible position back then, and I looked just awful to say the least, and like borderline homeless, I want to say, or semi-homeless, or I was that disheveled. I looked that disheveled, and obviously, I wasn't looking for anything regarding dating or anything like that. I wasn't in the right state of mind for it. If she had done it now, for example, maybe. But still, I don't think so. I think I still would have said no. Because, again, I could tell based on her tone of voice that she doesn't adhere to my standards physically. I can make a fair assumption. I'm like, yeah, this is just a plain Surinamese woman. So she's like on a scale of 0 to 10 by global standards, she's like a 5, like just below average. I'm like, no. Not to mention the baggage, the fact that she has a kid. It just, let me see. Adam says, LOL, I remember you said that they look like failed animal experiments in one of your videos. Yes. To be brutally blunt, yes, they do. They do. I mean, there's ugly, there's very ugly, and then there is third world ugly. I mean, the population on mass, they don't look like people. There's a novel, The Island of Dr. Moreau. They look like the animal human hybrids on the island of Dr. Moreau. That's how hideous they are. Like, just inhumane by definition. Oh, fishing for a husband, sugar mama. Yeah, yeah. Uh, another. Hold on, Adam. Before I get to your statement, what's your ideal partner? Her character, her personality, or what traits? David Bradshaw. Personally, I would love a blonde woman. I don't care that she's naturally blonde or whether it's she dyed her hair blonde, but she has to look nice. I would love like blue eyes. God, that's so hot. I love women. I love people overall with blue eyes or rare eye colors like green or something. That is just so hot. But for the rest, she just has to look normal, honestly. And she just needs to be flexible, easygoing. If she is difficult, then it needs to be warranted. And she needs to be straightforward when something requires straightforwardness. And that's essentially it. Oh, okay, so that's it. Sorry, Adam. Do you know anything about the abyss? I heard that there are extremely monstrous beings that exist there, like hydras, whale dragons, serpents, giant worms, and those of an indescribable nature. Yeah, if it is present, then it's some kind of plane, an astral plane where you'll find those kind of creatures. But again, it's impractical to even think about it, let alone engage with it. I mean, seriously. It's nice from a fantasy based perspective, like science fiction wise, but when it comes to occultism, no, it's not necessary. Let me see. LOL, so what is a 10 in terms of looks, in your opinion? Give me a celebrity name or something. I'm not asking for a 10, but I rarely see 10, so nothing. Nothing really. I, I, I mean, let me see. Um, I know you're not asking. I just want to know what your opinion is on who's a 10. In terms of physical appearance, like I said, I can't come up with a celebrity. Let's see. Scarlett Johansson in her prime, provided that she really looks that way in actuality, which is not the case, but let's just say she looks that way, like naturally. She looks the way that she's portrayed. I would give her a 9. That's an idea. Goldbeard says hi. I just jumped in. Hi, Goldbeard. Um, what's Ryan Reynolds, his wife called again? Um, I've got a name. Hey Google, what's Ryan Reynolds' wife's name? Blake Lively and Scarlett. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Shut up. Okay, Blake Lively. Yeah, Blake Lively in her prime was also a 9, 9.5 even. Those are the only examples I can give you. Uh, David Brasher says, "Hey Moreno, what's wrong with tall woman? You mean what's wrong with tall women? There's nothing wrong with tall women, but seriously, I mean, common sense tells you this: no self-respecting man will date a woman that's considerably taller than him. Seriously, do you want to look at a woman like this? Hey, baby, how's it going? No. People are going to make fun of you. They're going to mock you. They're going to make jokes along the lines of, if you two get married, she's going to be carrying you instead of the other way around. People will, it's demeaning to you as a man. It's emasculating. It undermines your manhood. A woman can be just as tall, but definitely not taller. Like to the point where it's obviously noticeable. And the other way around, no, I have not seen a single woman that would want to be with a man that's shorter than her. No, it's just demeaning. Uh, so yeah. So yeah, anybody have anything else to ask? Anything on their mind? Adam says, "LOL, it would just make things look awkward." Yeah, my point exactly. As a man, your woman is supposed to be just as tall as you or shorter, but not the other way around. Oh, no, 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 no. I don't think I would even be. I wouldn't even be willing to be with a woman that's taller than me, even if it's only for a casual hookup or one-time hookup. No, I don't think so. And yeah, what's your opinion on renting a home versus buying? That's actually a good question. Nowadays, renting is more convenient, I want to say. It's more practical, sorry. Practical. Renting is a lot more practical. Buying a house doesn't matter where you live. Buying a house is only if you is primarily, generally speaking, only if you intend on having a family. It's stability, long term stability, and you intend on passing your house on to or down to your descendants, your offspring. But buying a house is impractical. I mean, it doesn't matter where you live. Buying a house is like borderline impossible for any person, the average person. Nope, 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 nope. The most practical thing is to simply rent, even if it means renting your entire life. You need to prioritize your life or certain aspects of your life, as in how much emphasis do you live, do you place on a place to live? Essentially, how much emphasis do you place on living quarters? If you're someone that you just need a place to sleep and a place to eat and stuff like that, and you're going to be spending most of your time outdoors or something like that, then I would recommend that you live with other people. You simply have like a student housing or similar where you share a kitchen or a bathroom or something, and then every person has their own room. Uh, like um, like an expat kind of expat housing essentially, and you essentially live in one house with four or five people, and people split the rent fourfold or fivefold. And yeah, that's the most convenient way. That way, you keep as much money as possible for your own private usage or just plain private usage. You need to prioritize. I, for me personally, um, regardless, I do not like sharing stuff with people unless I invite them, so a girlfriend or someone, for a sleepover or living with me directly. But generally speaking, no, I need my privacy. It's about the principle. I need to be able to say, do, and do whatever I want, whenever I want, however I want. And I need a lot of room. I'm someone, like I said, my domain is my domain. As in, I literally just call the shots in my domain. If I want to, metaphorically speaking, walk around naked, I should have the unrestricted freedom to do so, as well as the freedom to go wherever I want, whenever I want, however I want. I don't like attachment. I am willing to make an exception as long as the benefits outweigh the drawbacks. Like I said, uh, if I, generally speaking, yeah, I'm not marriage material, but if I can still get married, if I do get married, then again, and I have children, despite the fact that I'm not too keen on the idea of having children for the same reasons I just mentioned, you have to give up a good deal of your freedom. I'm willing to do so as long as the joy that they bring me, my wife and children bring me, outweighs the amount of sacrifices I have to make in the way of freedom and responsibilities. That's the case for most people in general. So yeah, it has to be a hell of a woman that that I care for so much to the point where I'm willing to give up my freedom. But generally speaking, no. Like I said, I love being able to do whatever I want, whenever I want, however I want. I love being able to, if I metaphorically speaking want to literally just pack up and go to Germany, I want to go to Germany. I want to be able to have the freedom to do so. I don't like to be confined or to confine myself forcibly or otherwise. Uh, how often do you astral travel? It's been so long since I've astral. Well, not really. It depends. Mind delving and like creating a copy of myself, yeah, that's also astral traveling. By that logic, I rarely astral travel. I mean, I astral travel. Like, I can literally astral travel now. Boom. There's a duplicate standing right next to me, and I'm seeing myself talk to you guys through live stream. I'm seeing my own vision through the live stream, and that's it. My duplicate just went back inside my own body. That's all. Oh, that's it. Oh, but in the classical way that you mean, where you're going to literally just sit and say, okay, I'm going to astral travel to some place. Rarely, it's been years, I want to say, since I've astral traveled. Like that, the way you mean, as in conventionally old school wise. Yeah. Goldbeard, how do you think society would work if it knew about reincarnation? People know about reincarnation, but like I said, majority of people in the world are too mired in superficial material endeavors to even just think about it, and they care primarily about practical things, and reincarnation, other than just knowing it, other than it being superficially interesting or profoundly interesting. they don't really have a they don't really have a they don't really have an interest in it, and I can't really blame them for it. You know. Okay, AC, you can take it a little easy now. Go to 22 degrees. Okay. Someone spammed me. I mean, someone tried spamming me. It's hilarious. On a channel on which I placed a comment. Text me on Telegram. DM me. You want a prize? Yeah, it's hilarious. Obviously a scam. So, any other questions? Uh-huh. Damn it! No email. Yeah. Uh, how long have you been practicing magic now? Yeah, forever. It's been how many years? I started. If you include the time that I officially started having an interest in magic, well, by definition, you say practice. You said practice. So by definition, it's when I first started, 20, 2014. Sorry, yeah, 2014. Around that time, 2013. When I started dipping my toes, I officially became interested in the occult in 2012, etc. The whole going online and all of that stuff. But successfully practicing was starting in 2016, 2017. Hold on, let me check. My very first successful invocation, so summoning, was with Samael, my beloved Lord Samael. Um, no, sorry, that was 2015. Hold on, let me see. Open up. Um, yeah, was 2015. Was 2015. So 15 and 2023, 8 years. But 1 year to me equals a decade, so 80 years in actuality. By the way, is there a range to astral traveling? Is there a limit, you mean? The astral projection? I'm sorry, I'm not tired. It's just the AC. Oh crap! Sorry, I I need to check my data plan. I don't have unlimited broadband, um, so I need to be careful that my data isn't gonna run out while I'm live streaming. But then again, a live stream doesn't take so much bandwidth, so it's still a thing. Yeah, I have to use a shitty mini modem like a wannabe modem. Yeah, 2.8 MB a second. Okay, like these shitty looking modems, wannabe modem. Show yourself to the camera like this. See? Crappy looking wannabe modem. Uh, uh. No, the only range. I mean, the only thing that apply, the only limits, the only things that you're confined or restrained by are general things like your skill, things that apply to practicing overall. How skilled you are, how talented you are, how this you are, how that you are, blah blah blah. What's the most beautiful place you've been to in the astral? What is the most beautiful place? Yeah. Um. Um. The most beautiful place astrally. I would have to say the moon. The moon. Moon is really beautiful. It just looks like a beautiful landscape filled with water, and you see the moon in the background. And that is all. The sun is also beautiful. But again, everywhere is beautiful for me. I can't think of a single an ugly place. The earth is also beautiful, but again, I'd have to say the moon is the most aesthetically pleasing. Oh, hopefully Starlink by Elon Musk makes it this year. Huh? I want to say cold day in hell, not even that. An occultist said that there is something like a cord that connects to your astral body, that connects your astral to your physical body, and it might snap. Correct on the first part. The last part, not so much. That it's okay. It's snapping. It's highly unlikely to snap. It's snapping is like instant death because it would sever your your physical body from your astral body to your physical body. You've seen it in movies like Disney cartoons, like Hercules. Even you saw it, and when you die, they wanted those three witches try to cut your cord because that's correct. Called an astral cord. It simply connects your physical body to your astral body, so your spirit. And if it separates for any reason, then automatically it would literally mean instant death. But you don't have to worry. Astral traveling and stuff like that, generally speaking, won't taking it. It won't make that happen under any condition. Worst case scenario is that you'll end up in a coma like in a movie. I forgot what the name of the movie was called. Um, where a little boy astral travels in his sleep, and then he stayed stuck somewhere. He was like kept prisoner by an entity, a demonic entity in another astral plane. And as a result, in the physical world, he was in a coma. He just didn't wake up. That's the worst case scenario, but that's highly unlikely to happen. Um, so yeah, that's it. So is it the cord that Samael cuts when you die? Yeah, bingo. Okay. The angel of death does that primarily. I mean, Samael specific servant that deals with current core. Samael is also the angel of death, but he's like the primordial. He's the head angel of death. Sorry. Samael is the angel of death. I simply meant the Grim Reaper. It's also loosely called the angel of death. But yeah, my point is Samael is literally the angel of death, and the Grim Reaper is simply the one that cuts the cord, the one with the sight, etc., and the hoodie. Um, Elon Musk is annoying in my opinion. Okay. It's a subordinate of Samael, I think. Yes, it is. I have a video on the angel of death. India called or the Grim Reaper. Adam says, "Do you have a TikTok account? There's a lot of witches on there." Absolutely not. Okay, I'm not a fan of Discord, TikTok, etc., etc. I don't have a problem with people that want to be on those platforms, but let's just say that they're not for me. Uh, Instagram, no, 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 no. Facebook, no, no, no. Homer Simpson, hi, more. How many clones can you make while astral traveling, and are they all considered conscious, or is there a main body that you have to focus on? No, all of them are conscious, but it's like splitting your astral body into different sections. But obviously, your main body is still the heaviest one. Um, Speaking of Samael, there are a lot of occultists who say that Lucifer, Satan is another aspect of Samael. Is that true? No, obviously that's not true. That's pure hogwash. Why do so many people say that? Because the world is filled with a lot of imbeciles and idiots and dumbasses and people that spew forth information. People that think they know stuff when they don't know anything because they're too stupid. I already said that ignorance and stupidity is like a black hole, like never ending. Gigi says most content shared on TikTok is garbage. Uh, yeah, my point exactly. How long did it take you to develop astral eyes? Gold beard, I think a month, couple of weeks, something along those lines. Black Atrium, hello. I agree most TikTok content is obnoxious, kind of funny sometimes. Yeah, it's only there for entertainment purposes. Like I said, I've already said this in the past. I was on Facebook because Facebook was good in the beginning. And the reason I terminated Facebook in 2020, I think, is because Facebook has turned into a cesspool. Plain and simple, just like all the others. It took Facebook a bit longer than the others to turn into a cesspool, but they did. I used to be in Before 2020, I used to be on a lot of stuff. Say 2016, I used to be on Pinterest, Instagram. I used to be on all the social media sites, Tumblr, whatnot. Even in 2016, I just immediately deleted those after a while. I was like, okay, you need to go, you need to go, you need to go, you need to go. Yeah, just awful. Though the majority of social media sites, um, sites like Tumblr and whatnot, they're filled with these mentally disturbed individuals that don't have a life. Period. Um, so yeah, I keep things as limited as possible. The only thing I need regarding social media, I don't have social media. Text applications don't count. WhatsApp and Telegram don't count. Therefore, YouTube, my website is not social media. YouTube is also not really social media, in my opinion. YouTube is just video streaming or video posting. That's it. Adam says TikTok has a lot of weirdos. No offense to them though. Yeah, obviously. So yeah, anything anybody else want to ask me? Like I said, everything is on the table. So don't be shy or bashful. Anything is on the table. Anything you want to ask me. You know me. I don't give an F. I say whatever I want, whenever I want, however I want, so to speak. Ah, damn it! No. Operating phone with one hand is so annoying sometimes. What is the highest level of getting closest to God or divinity? Is it becoming an archangel like Metatron and Sandalphon? In a matter of speaking, yes. There's no limit, but other than becoming God Himself, which is a laughable notion. But even then, there's a statement about that in the Bible that no one desires to be God. That's a given, unless God wills it otherwise, just like everything else. Hmm. Don't pay attention if I just pause or if I'm just quiet for a couple of seconds. I just my mind drifts off in real time sometimes, coupled with me just not having anything to say. Like I said, this is very casual. This is arguably the most casual live stream I've done. Do you regret working with any entities? Not that I can remember. Not that I can remember, no, not really. No spirit comes to mind where I say to myself, yep, no, I regret working with this spirit or with that spirit. No. By the way, I have to thank you for your work 4 years ago with me leaving the military. Somehow stuck around for a whole year to make sure it happened smoothly. That's good. Do you know anything about the Fae? Can you give me a brief summarized elaboration? What's the Fae again? FAE? Are you referring like fairies or something? Some kind of mythical creature? Have you been to the Tree of Death? Yes. Um, hold on. Um, I need to briefly just send you that link on my website. Uh, About climbing the Kabbalistic trees, where I discuss the tree of life and death. Um, Hello, after a long time, Adrian Garcia. What's the craziest story when it comes to working with spirits? No crazy story, really, other than what I already mentioned in my videos. The very first time I successfully worked with a spirit was Samael. And just like I said, apartment literally shaking like an earthquake, lightning, thunder. That was the only time that I was briefly intimidated. Um, and a shadow streaking across my altar. That is it. That is all. Uh, Second one would be almost collapsing when summoning C3 in the beginning, and then somehow giving me the strength to continue. Just goes on. What do you think you would have become if you had continued working with God in the past? I would have lost my humanity and all the results that come along with working with spirits and whatnot and the benefits. Like I said, that stuff is hopelessly overpowered. It just leads to a dead end essentially if you're looking for practical, yeah, mundane results. You know, mundane yet outstanding results. Things that you need to get by on day-to-day life, like wealth, money, stuff like that. I would have essentially had to give up my humanity, and I would have also. I mean, people saw the way I behaved back then. If you paid close attention to everything, you saw me become a bit more distant and more apathetic, like inanimate. So yeah, fairies. So yeah, yeah. I have no opinion on fairies. Fairies are simply astral nature spirits with terrestrial affinities. So yeah, that's to answer your question, Homer Simpson. Goldbeard, isn't the point of life to be as close as possible to God? I probably would not reject the power. Not really. It's not a black and white issue. My goal was to be as close to God as possible, and I accomplished that. But again, when you're actually confronted with it, I simply said to myself, despite everything, I still enjoy being human. So no, understood. Uh, yeah, you're saying that you would not reject the power of it when you're actually face to face. It's like saying that, for example, if you had to jump off a cliff, knowing that you wouldn't feel a single ounce of pain and that you would simply be unscathed and you would just be able to say, you would be invulnerable. Would you still jump off a cliff? You're saying yes until you're actually in front of a cliff and you're seeing a 500-meter drop, a 1 kilometer drop. Would you still say it? Would you still be like, okay, no problem, I can just jump? We Even if you know for a fact that nothing bad is going to happen to you, you're like Superman or something. You're not going to have a scratch on you. Exactly, you're still not going to do so because when you're actually confronted with it, not that you're a coward or that you're scared or anything, but you're realizing the magnitude of doing it, and then you're thinking to yourself, what's the practical value in doing so? There's no point. It's impractical. Again, easier said than done, by definition. But have you ever been to the realm of the Fae? I heard that some people are not allowed to enter or something along those lines. No, it's just an astral plane essentially, where nature spirits reside. It's just nature in general. Depends on where in the world, though. In a matter of speaking, within a material context. I know you randomly check out magicians or seers for amusement. Can I recommend one? Yeah, go ahead. Like I said, you want to talk about another magician or something, knock yourself out. I have no issue with it. I will freely give my opinion, and others are free to give their opinion on me. I really don't give a rat's ass. Have you ever seen any UFO activity where I live? When I was a child, I remember seeing a thingy, an alien spaceship. I literally saw that. Not joking. I think I was 9 years old. I still remember it even after all these years. I literally saw like flying saucer, everything with lights, etc., everything, and then it simply left at like warp speed. So did Enoch and Elia also have the Dark Cairo and continued with working with God and became Metatron and Xenophon? No, with them it was different. But I'm not going to get into that. Okay, you need to read the book of Enoch to know what happened to Enoch, and with thingy, with Elia becoming Sandalphon and Enoch becoming Metatron. Like I said, with Elia it's a different story. But like I said, I'm not interested in that. You would have to ask Sandalphon himself. It's impractical, very impractical. So both of them did not have the Cairo and just ascended in a different way. Yes, as far as I know. GG, they aren't well known, but very powerful in my opinion. Maybe the only ones near your level. Okay. That makes me laugh near my level. Yeah, seriously. Okay. That's funny. Yeah, go ahead, I'm all ears. Stupid thing, open, stupid application. Why will you not open? Stupid app, open. Yeah, hold on, I'm still gonna have to. If you briefly see that, no, go away. If you briefly see that there is some kind of disruption in the live stream, don't worry about it. I still had to like purchase another data package since I only have like 1 gigabyte left. That's why. So it's normal if you see a brief so-called disruption. I didn't notice anything. Should be fine. So we should be fine. Um, I saw once something like a purple orb that came out of my calendar with religious iconography. I speculate that it might be Gabriel because there is a picture of him, but on the other there is no. I have no opinion on that. I heard that all angels did not necessarily come from God, Jehovah, but there are some who came directly from source field. What do you know about this? What do you mean source field? No, angels by definition are messengers from God. They were created directly by God. Jesus has nothing more to say. Maybe consider them for your next yearly reading for fun. No, like I said, you can. I when I said go ahead, I meant literally bring them up. Just say outright who it is or what it is, etc. And I'll give you my opinion. I'm not gonna do like an extravagant reading or anything, but I have no issue just giving my 2 cents, so to speak, on whether I've heard of them and blah 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 blah. What is the source field by definition, Adam? I mean, what's the source field? What do you mean by source field? I mean, I know what you mean, but I want to hear it from you. 12 people watching the stream. Hmm, yeah, 14 people. Okay. Hmm. Think I'm gonna get in something to eat when I'm done with this stream. I was intending on cooking today, but I don't feel like it all of a sudden. I'm not lazy. So if I do go to a restaurant, which restaurant am I gonna go to? That's what I'm literally thinking right now. Can't think of a restaurant. I'll have to find one. Um. So yeah, GG. Like I said, if you're serious about it, just give me a name. Just give me names or something. Just come out flat out and say it. Otherwise, hold your peace, as the saying goes. Read any books, Goldbeard says. No, honestly, because I'm past the point of reading books. I'm not gonna argue. I'm long done with books. I mean, I love books because of the paperbacks, because of the smell and the cover, etc. Especially new books. But I have no, I mean, occult books. I'm assuming even regular books. I don't read them. I have no interest in them. I'm long past that point. I did stuff like that when I was a beginner, but I don't read those. I don't read books anymore. It's just, but regarding occult books, yeah, way too many books in my opinion, and too many this, too many that. I've already covered so much. It's not necessary to have like a gazillion spirits and stuff like that. Uh, so yeah, I'm waiting on what the definition of the source field is, and GG if you intend on giving those names. How much instances have you tried Meyer-Briggs type indicator test? It's a test that shows your personality type. Not really. I've seen so many personality types, and generally speaking, they're correct. If not, are you interested in doing it since you can easily do it in online or for free? I mean, yeah. Let me Google it on my phone. Google, shut up. I didn't say. What do you piss off, stupid scammer? Hey Google, Meyer-Briggs type indicator test. Here's. Oh, oh, okay. I think I found it. The Type Finder personality test on truewitty.com. To take the personality test, mark your answers based on how well each statement describes you. Okay. Let's see how long this thing is. Step 1 of 7. Oh boy, that's long. Yeah, fine, fine. I don't have anything else to do. Why I'm waiting on it? While I'm waiting on an answer from you guys. I'm just gonna do it out loud. Let me do it really quick. I try not to draw attention to myself. Yeah, that's accurate. Um, Not fully accurate. I selected like the second dot from the right. I feel uncomfortable when I disagree with someone. No, that's inaccurate. The last point. I lose my belongings. No, inaccurate. I rarely lose my belongings. I have a vivid imagination. Oh, definitely. My work demands it. I would enjoy, me being who I am demands it. I would enjoy attending a large party in my honor. Yeah, sure, I would enjoy that, but only up to like a moderate extent. I just like being in competition with others. I'm neutral. I don't really care. I prefer to follow a schedule. Yeah, up to a good degree. I question the wisdom of my elders. Oh boy, most definitely. I enjoy being the center of attention. No, not really. I'm neutral. Yeah. I try to avoid conflict. Neutral. Yeah, neutral. I make sure my work is finished on time. Most definitely. It's important for me to follow traditions. No, not really. I'm neutral. It depends. I make an effort to be popular. Not really. I sympathize with the homeless. No, neutral. I have trouble controlling my impulses. No, that's not accurate. I think about why people do the things they do. Up to a good extent, yes. But it's part of me being who I am. Let me just pause briefly. They emphasize working with your own power over working with spirits, basically. Essentially, what you do when you were the dragon. Listen, I still have that, not the dragon, but my astral body is literally standing right next to me. Big, giant, 4, 5, 6, 10 meters tall, infinitely tall, so to speak. Power level perfected infinity on his chest. So yeah, it's not an issue. And I can use my own power at any given moment. When I create an egregore, I use my own power. I work with the guys, with my beloved Sandalphon and Samael, and vice versa, for, like I said, mundane purposes, for reasons I already explained. Okay, they're the most effective because they have enough experience and their nature is of a practical nature. Okay, to the point where you can get the most practical stuff done with them rather than with my own power. I use my own power only in exceptional situations where I want things done explicitly my way, the way I want them done. Yeah, okay, I get that, CG. But like I said, if you're going to name a name, then just say it. Just name it so I can superficially, just so to speak, look into the person in question. But yes, obviously it has benefits working with your own strength, your astral strength compared to working with spirits. Oh, being in any case, continuing the test, being around lots of people energizes me. Not really, no neutral. I'm helpful to the people around me. I am, but within my context, I'm ambitious. Oh yeah, I like to do things as they were done in the past. No, depends on the situation. Accurate, but only moderately. I avoid being alone. Oh boy, hopelessly inaccurate. Next step 1 of 7. I forgive easily. Yeah, no, neutral. It depends on the situation. I like trying out new hobbies, neutral. I like to stay active, neutral. It's best to be totally objective when making a decision, most definitely. I keep my belongings in the proper place, most definitely. I have a rich fantasy life, most definitely. I have little to say, inaccurate. I enjoy being there for people when they're feeling sad, and moderately accurate. I would rather go with the flow than have a set schedule, neutral. I enjoy philosophical discussions, moderately accurate, no, moderately accurate. I let other people know what I think, most definitely. I avoid arguing even when I disagree, absolutely not correct, but up to a moderate extent. I'll only avoid arguing if I see that the means do not outweigh the end, or the ends do not outweigh the means. I'm very attentive to deadlines. Definitely. I would like to play a musical instrument. No, neutral. I thought about playing the guitar in the past or buying a guitar. Not really. I have a lot of fun. Yes, accurate. I resist temptations. Accurate. It's easy for me to talk to strangers. Yes, accurate. I'm concerned for the welfare of elderly people. Neutral. I'm determined to achieve success in life. Oh boy, super accurate. I believe in the importance of art. Yes, up to a moderate extent. I like to spend my free time alone. Accurate. Step 3. Let me see. Goldbeard, is Allah a pagan god? And can you work with him? No, Allah is is also a reference to the Almighty, so God. Gigi says, "Oh my bad, that's the name they go by. Arachne Arcane Surfaces. That's their website name and YouTube name. Real names Vanessa and Rainer Leroux. They're a married couple from South Africa. Okay. Um, I'll let you know what I think in a second. I believe people should be punished for their mistakes. Most definitely, but up to a moderate extent. I enjoy having a daily routine. Yes, I spend time seeking out new experiences. Definitely, I'm on the go. Most definitely, very mobile. I wish other people would be more logical. How I wish. I like to tidy up. Yes, moderate extent. The neutral. I enjoy imagining the future. Yeah, to a moderate extent. I find it difficult to express my opinion. Not really. So inaccurate. I like to help others with their personal problems. Yeah, neutral, depends on the situation. Or let's just say moderately accurate. I finish assignments before they're due. Yeah, I like to do that. Better sooner than later, after all. I like thinking about the mysteries of the universe. Oh boy. I have a lot of energy. Oh boy. I can't stand when someone doesn't like me. I could care less. Inaccurate. I follow my impulses. Nope. Neutral. I'll only follow my impulses if they're warranted. I enjoy trying to understand complicated ideas. Oh boy. I feel very happy. I am. I spend time trying to understand myself. Been there, done that. I get it. I get a thrill out of meeting new people. Yeah, why not? Neutral. I need support from other people. Absolutely not. I'm not bothered by disorder. Not really. I'm neutral. I enjoy going to museums. Neutral. Step four. Let me see. Yeah, so Vanessa and Rainer Leroux. Arachne Arcane Surfaces. Married couple from South Africa. Vanessa and Rainer Leroux from Arachne Arcane Surfaces. Intuition. Very powerful in their own right. Strong air presence, like Aquarius mixed with Gemini. Little to no Libra. Little bit of Aries still focuses on attaining power. Power level on a scale of 0 to whatever. 53, very strong. But an emphasis laid on air. Both of them. Woman is slightly stronger. What's her name? The Vanessa, 54. Okay. That's it. There you go. I just told you what time it is regarding them. I avoid noisy crowds. I did this superficially, mind you, so yeah. I avoid noisy crowds. Yeah, that's quite accurate. I forgive others their mistakes even when they harm me personally. Absolutely not. Uh, I make plans and stick to them, definitely. I like to do things differently even if I am not sure it will work. Yes. I do not like to sit still for long. That is true, but only up to a moderate extent. I make important decisions based on my gut feelings. Absolutely not. I start tasks in advance so that I have plenty of time to finish. Accurate. I hold back my opinions. Absolutely not. I'm sensitive to the feelings of others. Neutral, only if I want to be. I'm easily distracted. Yeah, moderately accurate to neutral. I enjoy learning about scientific theories. Yeah, neutral. I love life. Yeah, I love existence as a whole. I work hard to please others. No, not really. I'm neutral. Only under the condition that they can afford me, so to speak. LOL. I have a zest for life. Yeah, accurate. I give to people who are less fortunate than I. Neutral. I'll only give to them when they deserve it. I like to have a detailed plan before starting a task, most definitely. I wonder why I am the way I am. Been there, done that. I love to make new friends. Yeah, sure, why not? It's important to me that other people like me. No, neutral. I could care less. I have trouble sticking to a routine. No, I don't. Inaccurate. I appreciate the beauty of nature. Oh, yes, most definitely. My beloved Sandalphon's domain, definitely. I prefer quiet surroundings. Yeah, moderately accurate. I find it difficult to get down to work. No. Only if my own energy tries to distract me or if I'm so hopped up on energy that I can barely think straight. So neutral. Emotional people make me uncomfortable. No. Neutral. People tell me I'm too quiet. No. I'm concerned about others. Neutral. I like to finish all my chores before I do something fun. Moderately accurate. I enjoy chatting with new acquaintances. Moderately accurate. It's important to me to make decisions without being swayed by emotions. Most definitely. I carry out my plans. Yes. It's important for me to understand the bigger picture. Yes. It's important for me to be of service to others. Yeah, moderately accurate. I enjoy examining myself and my life. Accurate, been there, done that. I find it challenging to make new friends. No, no, inaccurate. I like poetry. Neutral. I'm a private person. Yes, very accurate. I question why things are the way they are. Yeah, already been there, done that. Some of these questions repeat themselves unnecessarily. I let others know that I care about their feelings. Yeah, moderately accurate. I think about the needs of others. Neutral. I like to be needed by other people. Yeah, sure, accurate. I would prefer to come up with an original solution to a problem, definitely. I'm full of new ideas, definitely. Oh boy, two more steps to go, step 6 or 7. Uh, Goldbeard, opinion on Aaron Leach or Aaron Leach. No opinion on him. Solomonic practitioner, everybody knows. Well, everybody that has that Googles like occultism and has been part of occult groups and stuff like that. Everyone that's been there done that knows Aaron Leach. He's a nice guy, stand-up guy. No opinion on him. If you want to know what his thingy is, what how strong he is, he surpasses 10. Solar power, like really strong. But Aaron Leich's power level on a scale of 0 to whatever. Can be 24 at absolute maximum. Generally speaking, doesn't use full power. Sticks to 12. Hmm. A good affiliation to the Egyptian god Set, but generally speaking, works in a more universal way, like with all the angels, etc., etc. Michael, all of them. That's it. But can you politely ask Iblis what he can do for a magician? Honestly, not really. You see, you need to watch that video on. I have a video on Inanna. If I'm not mistaken, they're one and the same. Like I said, if I'm not mistaken, I can't recall it properly. Just watch Inanna or Iana's video. Astarte, if I'm not mistaken. Um, Continuing, I like ideas that are easy to understand. I'm neutral or too complex. I keep thoughts to myself. Rarely, honestly. I speak up if it is to myself, even. I spend my time pursuing my goals. Most definitely. Oh boy. I put my needs first. Definitely. I trust traditional values. Neutral. I'm often disorganized. Absolutely not. I keep myself organized. I enjoy activities that are familiar. I enjoy experiencing new things. New things. I like to try to innovate. I like to use trusted methods. Neutral in the middle. I prefer to follow a clear procedure. I prefer to improvise neutral. I'm always prepared. Yes, I'm also always prepared. I work first, play later. True. I seek attention from others. Not really neutral. I look for ways to help others. Meh. I feel the pain of other people. Not easily affected by sad stories. I make sure everyone is taken care of. I look out for myself. I focus on real life. I use my imagination. Both, honestly, so in the middle. I value my social status. I value my privacy. Neutral. I do things step by step. Neutral. I'm more interested in what's possible. Neutral. I start conversations. Now, some of these they're polarizing in nature. They're like contradictory. I start conversations, or I let others start conversations. I am the one that does everything. I'm the instigator in general of everything almost. I like to cooperate. I like to compete. Neutral. I make decisions with my head, with my heart. Yeah, my head, obviously. I follow a plan. I act on impulse. I generally speaking follow a plan. I prefer to work in an active, bustling office. I prefer to work in a calm, quiet office. Calm, quiet office. Oh boy, last step. Finally, this fucking thing is too long. That's what I was afraid of. Um, how often do you play video games? Computer games or games on your phone or tablet? Uh, Almost never, honestly. Where do you usually play games? Select all that apply on my phone or tablet if on my. If I do play, it's on the computer in general. What kind of games do you enjoy playing? Uh, what do you enjoy most about playing video games? Building, creating, progressing and earning achievements, exploring, competing against others. Get my results. Okay, Sylphie. What Venusian entity do you recommend? Just out of the blue, Venusian entity? Anael, Lord Anael, Archangel Anael or Haniel. Your personality type results. Congratulations, you've completed your assessment, blah, blah, blah. Okay. 33% introverted, 67% extroverted, 27% sensing, 73% intuitive, 66% thinking, 34% feeling, 24% perceiving, 76% judging. Judge, jury, and executioner. About your type, as an ENTJ, you're analytical and objective and like bringing order to the world around you. When there are flaws in a system, you see them and enjoy the process of discovering and implementing a better way. You're assertive and enjoy taking charge. You see your role as that of leader and manager, organizing people and processes to achieve goals. Yes, yes, yes. Nothing I'm not aware of already. You excel at logical reasoning, are probably articulate and quick witted. That I am. You're characteristically ambitious and interested in gaining power and influence, most definitely. You're likely highly motivated by success in your career and enjoy hard work. Yes. To you, decision making is a vocation. You want to be in a position to make the call and put plans into motion. Yes. I would never put myself in a position where I am not in control of the situation, preferably absolute control. You tend to be blunt and decisive, driven to get things done. Um, you can sometimes be critical or brusque in the pursuit of a goal. You're typically friendly and outgoing, although you may not pick up on emotional subtleties in other people. Not unless I want to. But yeah, generally speaking, I just don't care. You often love working with others towards a common goal, but may not find time to attend their feelings. And I need to thingy for the rest. I need to download it for the rest. Unlock my full report. Seriously, I need to pay for it. 29 bucks. 29 bucks. We need to pay them $29 for the full thing. Let me see. Do I have $29? I don't. I'm so poor. Do I want to? Yeah, fine. Hold on. Bear with me, people, while I pay for this thing. PayPal email address. Give me a second. Yes, yes, yes. PayPal, PayPal, PayPal. Homer Simpson says you don't have to pay it really. You can just Google MBTI, type ENTJ. Um, oh, really? So is it like mainstream? Is it like, is it like, hold on. No, 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 no. My intuition told me ENFJ while you were doing it. What am I supposed to Google? Oh, hold on. MBTI type ENTJ. Let me see. MBTI type ENTJ. If the description is the same, then yeah. If the description is literally the same, let me see what thing you would give me. 18 pages of highly accurate personal insights, 23 facets, understand how your type works, etc. Yes, it's mainstream. Homer Simpson says it will show according to characteristics. Goldbeard, does Mashik have a YouTube channel? He used to. He doesn't have anymore. Since I've helped him, he automatically deleted the channel because the channel essentially it just represented him in a different context. It essentially represented the old broken him, if you will. Mashik is doing quite well, but he deserves to do well because point one, he's putting in the effort and the work, and point two, specifically in relation to being able to afford me, because essentially I literally have to guide him through everything. If I leave him to himself, then he's going to get little done. He can do things to himself, I mean, for himself. You know, I've helped him, I've taught him how to handle himself, but still, optimal results are through my guidance. But that's just his personality. Um, no, like I said, I don't mind unlocking the full report, but PayPal doesn't work for some reason. It's not a big deal, you know. Let me just see. Um, pay now. Let me see. Okay, it doesn't want me to buy it obviously because I I can't pay. It doesn't matter what I try. I've tried PayPal. I've tried my debit card. It won't. It won't accept it, which is fine. It's all the same to me. Otherwise, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind buying it. It's not an issue to me. Come on, come on. Cell phone, are you fully charged? Can I finally take you off the charger? Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, nothing I don't know already about my personality type. I remember these, the personality types, ENFJ, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, yeah, the commander, commandant. Yeah. So anybody have anything else to ask? Anything whatsoever? Let me see. Let me see something. Yeah. Let me see. Uh, community moderation. YouTube Creator Studio. Okay. Not really. It's been a cool live stream though. Okay. No, I understand. Um, Pop out chat, toggle sign time. Goldbeard, any interesting dreams? Interesting dreams. Typo. Yeah, I get a lot of dreams to the point where I have a dream diary. I record everything on my phone. Usually when I wake up, I'm like, oh. But occult dreams, I sometimes share them with the public. Dreams are essentially about objectives or goals, magical workings that I've got going on. And it just goes on. It Other than that, I have no other interesting dreams really. Um, I mean, nothing that I can share with people without metaphorically compromising. Metaphorically, only as a figure of speech, compromising my workings. But that's a question I should ask people. Has anybody had any interesting dreams? I'm willing to explain one or two dreams for people completely free of charge. Easily, I ask my astral body, he answers any dream. He can easily explain to you what any dream means without any issues. So anybody that's had a dream that was like really serious, as in you know that it's a message that your astral body, your spirit is trying to tell you something, then yeah, I'm all ears. Ouch. Oh yeah, okay. Hmm. Goldbeard says I an interesting one, but it will take me time to type it. Well, as long as it's only going to take a couple of minutes, then it's not a problem. But if it's going to take half an hour to an hour, obviously not. Oh, hmm. Like I said, just forgive the brief pauses, etc. It's just when my mind wanders or when something else is up that warrants me to just think about something. and I don't need to talk all the time, obviously. Uh, Gigi, I had three friends attack me for not sharing my soda. When I reached home, I saw the symbol of Saturn on a table and heard a voice say to contact Samael. That's hilarious. The three friends attack you for not sharing a soda. Yeah, dreams like that can be funny. Ah. Yeah, my astral body isn't needed in this case. My intuition already tells me what time it is. The three friends attack you for not sharing your soda simply stands for hardships involving people, people that you'll have to deal with. And that's why when you reach home, you saw the symbol of Saturn on a table. Saturn stands for necessary hardships, and you heard a voice say to contact Samael because Samael would help you through that rough patch. BW, I had a dream my core was far inside my second chakra area and that I was trying to needing to get closer to it. Yeah, my intuition also tells me what that means. It simply means that, again, that the core of your spiritual power lies inside your second chakra area and that you need to essentially find a way to get close to it in order to unlock your full potential. What Venusian entities did you work with and recommend? Oh, sorry, I'm sorry, hold on. Did you not already ask that question? Not that I mind, but still, Sylvie. Hold on. I'll send you a link to my website with Venusian entities. You can literally find it on my site in the section Spirits based on planetary alignment. If you're that hard up for Venusian entities, Sylvie. Yeah. BW says thank you. Yeah, no problem. Homer Simpson, I had a dream where a girl jumped out of a building and the people were ignoring or laughing, and I think I was the only one serious and sad about it. No, that's just your emotions. It simply stands for you being sympathetic, but the dream doesn't have a serious meaning. It's essentially just your imagination. Yeah, you're welcome, Sophie. Um, Yunseo, what significance does the North Node have in astrology, especially in NATO? The North Node simply that it conveys or displays what you need to focus on. So, for example, my North Node indicates that I work too hard and that I should take it easy. I should relax and not, you know, be so intense with the occult work and just work with all the projects. North Node stands for what you need to, what you should focus on. So, what's recommended, as in, hey, this is what you need to focus on. You're already focusing enough on something else, and that's something else. The South Node would indicate it. So, the South Node says you're already doing that in excess, and the North Node says you need more of that. You need to focus more on that. Goldbeard says in the end of the world, the end of the world in the sense of revelation. Oh, sorry, it was basically the end of the world, and I had to do a ritual in order to escape it, but chickened out and woke up somewhat violently. Okay, it's not literally the end of the world. Okay, that it simply stands for a hectic situation that will determine the rest of your life, at least in the long term, like a situation or an event or a series of events that carry long-term magnitude with them. And you doing a ritual simply stands for, like I said, my intuition tells me stuff like this. My astral body doesn't even need to answer it. Um, doing a ritual simply stands for the fact that essentially escaping or dealing with this situation of such a magnitude or those situations can, generally speaking, only be done effectively through ritual work. But you chickened out stands for the fact that you lack the necessary skills as you are currently to do so. And that's why you woke up violently. It stands for reaping the negative drawback, the negative benefits or the drawbacks of what you sow or what you have sown. In the sense that if you don't, if you can't get it done, then you're going to have to face the music, literally and figuratively. Uh, Makes sense more, as I ended up having to have some spirits I thought were my friends removed from my house. Yeah, like I said, Hmm. Na, 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 na. When I dream, for example, dreams are very elaborate and they have highly developed meanings. The average person would never even guess in like a million years. For example, I had a dream a good while ago, about like months ago, and I know what the dream is referring to, but I'm not going to say anything in terms of the meaning. I had a dream that in my front yard, the pool the pond in my front yard, that in front of my house, that there was like a host of Muslims or Arabs there, and they were like holding some ceremony, and they had like boiling hot water or oil with them, and they had a dog, and that pond was dried up, so it was just like a dry riverbed, and they threw the dog into the riverbed, and the dog couldn't get out, and then they threw some oil on the dog, and it just burned the dog's back, and the dog was oblivious to it because the dog just I found it sad because I love dogs, and the dream was very vivid, like it was actually happening, and I didn't try to stop them or anything. I was simply wondering, okay, why are they doing this, and what's going on, and you know when they threw the oil on the dog. The dog's back was burnt, and I heard the dog briefly yell, but at the same time, the dog was completely oblivious to what's going on. The dog was looking at me essentially, and the dog tried getting out of the pond essentially, all the while looking at me. The dog wanted to essentially like come near me, and that's what it means. I mean, sorry, and that's what the dream was about. And then when I woke up, I was like, okay, astral body of mine, what does that dream mean? And he explained it to me, and I was like, okay. I was like, oh, okay, okay, makes sense. Yeah, good luck trying to explain my dreams. Oh boy. Oh, does Samael specialize in removing entities? Yes, he does. That's why Samael was recommended. Samael deals in coercion, in forceful removal of things, in exorcism. David Bradshaw says, what's the power level of Constantinos, the author of Summoning Spirits? For personal reasons, I'm not going to do that, David, because it's not necessary. It's just not necessary. See, Sheila, what's the disadvantage of having a heavy Aquarius signature in your chart? It all depends. The disadvantage could be anything, honestly. It could stand for either not socializing with people or wanting to socialize or socializing too much to the point where you're reliant on people. Um, or it just goes on. Could stand for misuse of technology or not being able to use technology or anything along those lines. Life path number is 11 too. Okay. Um, could mean anything. It all depends. Uh, let's see something. Oh boy. Um, what's the violent or destructive side of cancer? The violent or destructive side of cancer is domestic disruption, family disruption, food poisoning, crappy real estate. Danny Doom says hello, Moreno. Yes, hello, Danny. Uh, um, damn it, 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 damn it. Um, David Bradshaw, earth signs with their personality, water sign people with their personality. Earth signs by default are more thingy, are cold and hardworking, down to earth, simplistic people. Water signs, highly emotional and sympathetic or emphatic people, you know. But again, drawback of hardworking also. The drawback of earth is by default that it's cold and emotionless. With water, too much emotion to a point where it can lead to mental instability or insanity. Cancerous and zodiacally speaking, yeah, just like I said, that's the destructive side of Cancer, crappy real estate, household related issues or issues regarding a house, even, you name it. Homo, go pierce homosense spread all over your body and you die. That's funny. See, Sheila, have you heard of Priestess Taman? Priestess Taman on YouTube? No. I just want to, again, just to let people know, I don't really check out other people. It's only when someone mentions something that I'm like, oh, really? Okay. For the rest, again, back in the day when I was a beginner, etc. But since I am who I am, then I don't really take an interest in others unless someone seriously pegs me as in, oh, okay. I'm like, oh, okay, you exist, okay. Oh, Yunseo, do you know who Shabayot is? Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Usually other occultists follow me, but I don't really follow them. So again, if you want to just give me a brief rundown on who the people that you guys mentioned are, I would appreciate it. Just a brief rundown. Um, hmm. Homer Simpson. So, is the destructive side of burial the same as Cancer's destructive sign? Not necessarily. It can be though, but if it does, it's by metaphorical coincidence, he says. What happens when feminine energy is too much on a man? I think you know what happens when a man has too much feminine energy. You don't need me. I think you can see it in a specific culture that is very that is very popular and both notorious currently within current trends. Oh, hold on, let me fix audio issues briefly. Give me a second. Okay. Goldbeard the fanboy is what happened. Ah, yeah. So that's essentially it. Any other questions for you people? Hmm. What does the? I wonder what the edit button does. If I try to edit a live stream. Oh, nothing really. Thumbnail. Okay, playlist. Blah 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 blah. Okay. You can select the playlist. Live streams. Okay. Customization. Okay. Oh, that's all saved. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Change the save. Yeah, okay, okay. Have you worked with Ogun Morino? Physical spell manifestation are so fast and intense it gives me anxiety, but he's an amazing spirit to work with, very protective. Yeah, the Ogun, he's a thingy, either a voodoo god or an African pagan god, an African deity. I have like two. I think you missed it. What are they called again? I have two, I think, Orishas on my channel that I cover, other than Papa Legba and Baron Samedi. Yeah, Ogun. Yeah, literally Ogun Mars. Yeah, the Loa. Ogun. Uh, yeah, Orisha Ogun. Hold on, let me. Damn it, I'm on my phone. Hold on. Let me let me go to my channel and share the link. I covered Ogun and Oshun. Who fuck is today? Sorry, okay, first link. No, they're separate. Okay, this is the Ogun you're talking about, the thingy, Orisha, and Oshun. They call her Mama Oshun. Yeah, Ershuli. She's also known as Ershuli, Ershuli Freda. Simply the symbol of femininity. Um, this is the video on Ershuli. or thingy. I don't cover too many like pagan gods other than, I mean, that are African in nature or Asian. The ones are more the more well-known ones, the ones that I've covered from either antiquity, classical antiquity, I mean. So, Yoshila, can you do the Orisha Shango and the natal chart of African nations? I'm sorry, but no, I don't think so. Okay, those two were already an exception for reasons I already mentioned. And doing African nations and natal chart, nah, I'm not too keen on the idea. The ones I already did were like exceptional situations. At best, I'll think about it, but it's unlikely. Oh boy, that fanboy comment by Goldbeard still cracked me up. A fanboy is what happened. Ah, oh boy. You also know if it's the other way around. If a woman has too much masculine energy, she essentially turns into Shrek. God, I love my hair. Hmm, I never liked myself with short hair. I don't think people have seen me with short hair unless they're like really old videos. Yeah, I think in really old videos, people have seen me with short hair. But my hair was even shorter before that. Never liked it. My big hair represents my natural me, represents my personality, wild and untamed, completely free. Oh yeah, something else that also came to mind. After the last live stream when I was on the road, I wanted to, I wanted to, and I wanted to. I wish I could live stream in like 1080, 60 FPS at least, like full HD. But I looked into it. YouTube doesn't support that directly. I also think it's stupid, but yeah, you need to work through a third-party streaming software, like the way that professional gamers do live stream gamers and whatnot, and the way people do on Twitch and whatnot. Um, OBS is one of them. You really need like serious software to stream, and then you can stream on YouTube. Um, and yeah, that's essentially it. Um, so yeah, it's a shame. Otherwise, I wish I could live stream like 60 FPS. The way my default my videos are by default, but yeah, there is no way to directly do it through YouTube. You need third-party software, and it's just not worth the trouble. Um, Mr. Chiro says OBS is the best option. Yeah, I know. When you do a simple Google search for like how to live stream in 60 FPS through YouTube, then you'll see OBS pop up. I mean, pop up as options. OBS. A lot of most gamers use OBS as far as I know. You shocked me when you said Papalempa corresponds with the moon. I thought he was mercurial. Yeah, if I said that in the video, I can't remember anymore. But if I said that, then yes. But a good deal of these guys are mercurial. one of the voodoo gods, one of the Loa. What's his name? Dambala. Yeah, the snake god or the snake guy. He's also lunar. Goldbeer says we saw your short hair on your ID. Oh yeah, I remember when I showed you guys my ID. I don't like myself with short hair. I think I'm ugly with short hair. Not that I'm ugly. I can't be ugly, so to speak, but still. I don't like myself with short hair, damn it. Don't like it. That's why I rarely like go to the barber. I do not trim my hair. Never. I like trim my hair myself. How I know, so sometimes curls will form in a knot and then I have to go like this and I have to do this. When I see that a curl like is sticking out and it won't go away by itself or something, then I know that okay, it's time for you to go, buddy. Like trimming a hedge. I briefly take one curl and I go like this, chips, and in the trash can it goes. African nations are abound in natural resources. Yes, they are. That's pretty much the only thing that Africa has to offer. Just like here. Who is the most wild and untamed spirit you've ever worked with? Samael. Homer Simpson. How many personal egregories do you have, and what is your enforcer's power level? My enforcer's power level is 88 currently. They grow, they become stronger, generally speaking, as they gain more experience. But like I said, power level is only theoretically. Okay, my enforcer, oh boy, ridiculously strong. Um, but I already explained that he's the embodiment of my will, essentially, in a forceful manner. So I want to force something or etc. Like that's why he's called the enforcer. He literally enforces my will because he is the embodiment of my will, enforcementally speaking. Allah enforcement, understood. And yeah, in reality, like I said, it's only in theory. In reality, he might as well be 88,000. He's not the type exactly. He's an exceptional recruiter. He's not someone whose strength you can measure easily. Nope. Um, how many personal aggregators I have? Yeah, I'd rather not say, honestly, but I do have them. Goldbeard says and safaris. Yeah, like I said, natural resources. When she said natural resources, Goldbeard, um, um, then yeah, obviously, well, not obvious, but she also means wildlife, so flora and fauna. That's it. Samael is something else. Yes, he is obviously. Yes, most definitely, my beloved Lord Samael. Oh, yes, in a good way. Also in a bad way, but even the bad is in a good way, in a necessary way. Necessary cruel. Let me. I have mail. Who is that? Academia.eu. 16 people have visited your profile. Okay. Let me see. Let me just briefly check. Website statistic 31 visitors, 65 views. Let me see. Someone read the Swedish section on my website. Okay. Let me see. 34 views from United States, 7 from Poland, 5 from Sweden, 4 from Ghana, 3 from Norway, 2 from Tunisia, 1 from Austria, Italy, Brazil, Singapore, Germany, India, United Kingdom, Russia, Bulgaria, and Switzerland. Current time is 3:48 p.m. Stop. I hear beautiful birdies outside. Ah, I'm just laughing at something. It's hilarious. Oh. um, Something I haven't done in a long time is our book reviews. But like I said, I'm already long done with books. I was initially going to say, hey, if someone can recommend a book, maybe I'll review it. I haven't done it in so long, but I've already reviewed most books, most well-known occult books, and there are no other books to cover really that come to mind. So yeah, no. Any tips or books on clairvoyance for beginners, Mr. Cheeto? Uh, there is no book specifically that deals with clairvoyance. You simply need to go through the basics or go over the basics on attaining clairvoyance. Hold on, I have a link. I have a thing, an article. Magic for oh, where are you? Give me a thing. Yeah, magic for beginners. Right here. Want to know the video about clairvoyance? Yes, I did. And Mr. Cheetos, like I said, I have a lot of stuff, so a lot of people don't really like. A lot of people don't really see all of that. They overlook a lot of stuff. Um, so yeah, that video has. That article has all the everything you can want in the way of books and recommendations and videos. And if not, simply look it up on in the search section using the search bar on my website or YouTube channel. Appreciate it. I don't know. I just discovered his channel. Yeah, I do remember you from past live streams, Mr. Cheetos. I don't know if you're the same Mr. Cheetos. Yun Seo says, "Are you aware of the occultist VK Jahannam?" Yeah, I remember him from a long time ago. I don't even know if he's still active. Like I said, I don't look into the others. I don't know anything about the others. They don't interest me. No offense meant to him. They just don't interest me. I'm neutral. Uh, Ancient texts are the closest thing to the foundation of all magic. Yes, but in a referential manner. So as a referral, if you want to go down memory or history lane. But magic has no foundation really. Magic has existed since forever. Magic is as old as time because magic is everything. Magic only exists in a compartmentalized fashion, but everything you see in the world is magic at work, essentially. As a magician, you make the changes in order to get the desired results, but your success rate will be determined on how knowledgeable and how skilled you are on how the universe works and how to adjust it or manipulate it, whether it be for better or for worse, for good or for bad. Is magic made up in the sense that men created the rituals? Specific rituals, certain rituals, yes, but it doesn't really matter. By default, the ritual you can make a ritual, and again, these rituals have power because people have done it repeatedly, so it has power to it. It already has it's already laden with energy, if you will. So I can create a ritual literally, and if a lot of people, like globally on an annual level, like 100,000 people do the ritual will automatically become strong because a lot of people globally have done it. A lot of people have taken care of it, so the ritual by default has a lot of power to it. If not, then the ritual is determined purely based on your intent, your level of concentration, and your level of focus. If it's a unique ritual, I can easily make a ritual, I can make a grimoire, I can make anything, but I don't want to. I mean, I regarding a grimoire because I thought about it as in, hey, should I make my own grimoire with a bunch of unique spirits that no one has ever heard of, etc. I was like, no, it's impractical. It's not necessary. If people want thingy, they can always consult my website. If people want to find spirits, Can I use Saturn sigil to contact Samael? Samiel. Okay, typo. Yes, but if your inquiry is Martian, then simply using the sigil of Mars or any of the zodiac signs like Aries or Scorpio is more practical. You just focus on what your intent is. What are your intentions? And you align that with either a planet or a zodiac sign, and then you do so. But you can just focus on him in general outright using his sigil that can easily be found online. Goldbeard, would it make sense then that Indian and Chinese gods are the strongest pagan ones? No, not really. Because you're focusing, it's not a black and white issue. You're focusing on the inhabitants of those countries, not necessarily the level of devotion of those that worship those gods plays a role. Generally speaking, the strongest pagan gods are the ones from classical antiquity, like Greco-Roman, sorry, Norse and Egyptian culture are the most thingy ones, the most potent ones, because they're the most popular, and that popularity automatically led to them gaining more experience throughout time. Sorry, they've never been forgotten. Whereas, I mean, how many people know Indian and Chinese gods? Very few. The most popular ones are the only ones that are popular only or primarily because you see them in pop media like Kali, Ganesha, Vishnu, Shiva, just goes on. But generally speaking, yeah, no. How many people know a Chinese god? Exactly. That's why. Whereas Greek gods, Norse gods, Egyptian gods, people keep talking to them throughout time. People keep referring to them, so they have loads of experience, and that experience equals strength and their potency. Can you mind delve to Gregory Rasputin to see a really holy man or just some nut? Yeah, but I'm personally not interested, so no. Oh, so again, anyone is welcome to ask anything, even of a personal nature. You want to know why I'm laughing? I'm laughing because someone in the comment section, I know something about that person that they might not, that they might think that I'm not onto it, but I'm onto it, and it's flattering, but it's at the same time also quite amusing. I know something about one of you in the comment section. Okay, something that refers to me directly, a specific mentality towards me that is quite honestly, it's quite visible to any person that's observant within a certain context or within certain situations. But obviously, I'm onto it in detail because I could sense it and I've seen it with my own two eyes. So it's quite hilarious. Cold beard, so someone else is also gay for you again. Oh, fuck no. Absolutely not. No gayness. No, no, no. No gayness. No gayness. I'll even go as far as to say that it's a female commenter. So no, no, no. No gayness whatsoever. No, no, no homo. Literally, honestly, I almost want to turn that into the thingy of this stream, the slogan of this stream. No homo. I have mail again. Okay, come on, hold on. I need to approve something again. Approve, approve something. A link to my website. Yes, approve it. Um. ah, can you mind delve into the minds of a biblical character, Goldbeard? Um, I can, but I'm not gonna, nor do I want to. David Rasha, is it me or you can just tell? I don't give a rat. I don't care honestly. No, it's not you. I said a woman. You're not a woman, are you? Danny Doom says, "Oh, hold on. I just that's the way. I'm sorry. That's the way I stretch. Just ignore what I'm about to do. Ah! Yeah, yeah. Goldfield says, you're no fun. Danny Doom says, I'm a female. You sure about that? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It's not me, is it? Haha. Well, what should I say? What will be the best answer? Let's just say if the shoe fits. So yeah, you need to check to see what size shoes you wear. Danny Doom, what the fuck is going on here? LOL. That is indeed the question. Again, you draw your own conclusions. I'm already aware of everything, literally. No, but it's me. I would never, like I said, I would never put myself in a situation where I'm not in control, in utter control. Oh God, it's just so hilarious when I think about it. Yeah. So yeah, anybody else? Any questions? Any questiones? Adam, hey Moreno, sorry I forgot to tell you that I was away. Someone just came to fix my vehicles. Okay, yeah, that's okay. No problem. No problemo. It's not an issue. Then Doom says, I honestly don't know, man. Okay. No, if you don't know, then yeah. Again, feel free to say whatever is on your mind. It's all on you. I, I mean, I don't really have anything to say other than what I said already regarding that subject. But again, my hypothetically speaking, all-seeing eye sees all. So I know what time it is. But like I said, it's not a bad thing. It's quite, it's not bad. It's good. It's not unflattering. It's good. So yeah, it's essentially, I welcome it. Oh, I mean, you can tell me I don't care. Is it possible for an entity to kill you while in the astral? Goldfield, so you have an intuition about everyone commenting? No, 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 no. Remember what I said, Goldfield. Okay, I'm aware of something of a female commenter. Okay, and a specific, how should I put it? A specific intention towards me. Yeah, no, sorry. In relation to your comments, Danny Doom, like I said, literally just, how should I put it? Anything that you have to say, just get it off your chest, so to speak. If there's anything that is on your mind, anything, I. Is it possible? Oh, sorry. Is it possible for an entity to kill you while in the astral? I mean, if you're in astral, I mean, if you're astral traveling or something, destroying your astral body, then destroying your astral body, not really. They can hurt you, and you'll feel the effects. But to outright kill you, Nicholas Abdul Hamid says, "Hi, Morno. Yeah, hi. Welcome. Um, and that's it. Okay, now listen. How should I put this? Um, um, Danny Doom says, I normally say what's on my mind. Yeah, so what am I supposed to say? No, no, no. Like I said, I don't really have anything to say. Regarding what I said earlier. So I think you're essentially the best way for you to express yourself Let me just ask you, what do you think? You commented, what's going on? You don't know? So, okay, let me ask you, what do you think? What do you think about everything I said? Literally, just let it all out. Even if you don't know, literally just say what you think or sense. Um, let me see if anything else. Everything about what? Everything. I think you lost track of what's going on. Okay. I initially said a female commenter, something that I'm aware of, and it made me, it was funny. I said a female commenter, a specific female commenter, has a certain intention or certain intentions towards me that when I think about it is quite amusing, but in a good way. And you said, it's not me, is it? And I was like, if the shoe fits, metaphorically, so you need to, again, metaphorically check what your shoe size is. And then you said you have no idea what's going on, you don't know, you can tell me, but I have nothing to say. That's all that I had to say about that specific section. So, 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 like I said, since you have difficulty, because I think I'm the only female in this chat room. No, you're not. You're not. Are you kidding me? Otherwise, it would have been obvious. Is there another female here? There are. There are other women. I think 3 or 4. But again, since you don't know exactly, you lost track. So I explained it to you. You essentially lost track of it. So again, you don't know. Then yeah, like I said, you simply essentially you misunderstand or you don't understand the question. Okay. You said, is it you? So let me phrase this question in a manner that you'll understand. I told you if the shoe fits. So let's just say it is you, provided that it's you that I'm referring to. What do you think? Okay, in the sense of intentions towards me. Do you have any intentions specifically towards me that could be seen as amusing or otherwise or compelling? Clear? There you go. Nicola says, I don't have anything to say, so I'm going to go. I'm going to watch this live stream when it's done because I missed 2 hours. Yes. Okay. Okay. Enjoy. Um. ah, Damn. Why do I need to stretch all of a sudden like that? I'm not lazy. I 4:06 p.m. That was funny. It is funny. Whenever I think about it, I'm still like giggling. I'm like, oh god, that's funny. Yeah. Mm, mm, good. I initially had anticipated. So yeah, Danny, you need to tell me. The question was clear. You need to tell me. You said for it to yourself, yeah, like you just say what's on your mind. So answer the question, provided you have an answer. Yeah, I was going to say that. That's good. I expected this live stream to, to not be as long as it is, but it's good. Like I said, it's good. Gave people some time to essentially come online, I want to say. But that's the case usually with live streams. Yeah, it takes a short while to get up and running, so to speak. Adam, can a fallen angel ever become celestial again? Oh, by God's will, as is everything. But generally speaking, most fallen angels they're fixed in place, the same way that most celestials are fixed in place. Gold beer, then you don't ask yourself, do you have the gay for more? What the fuck? The only way that that would be possible is if she were a guy, and she isn't. She's not a guy. You're not a guy, are you? I mean, not that it matters to me, but that would be kind of weird. Not awkward, just weird. Ugh. Hmm, definitely not. Personally, I would definitely not be keen on it. Kidding me? Ah, but yeah, anyway. Um, what was I gonna say again? Ah, LOL, not guy, just enjoying this live stream on a nice Saturday afternoon. Yes, this Saturday afternoon is nice. Okay, okay. No agenda that I'm aware of. Okay. Uh, okay. Thank goodness you're not a guy. I mean, it would be weird. It would be really weird. So all demons or fallen angels were once angels, or there were demons that were always demons. Yeah, there were demons that are always demons. Okay. When you think of fallen angel, you think of a high-ranking, okay, spirit that used to be celestial. But you have demons that were always demons, the ones that they rule over. Goldbeard says, by the way, where is your map? What map? BW Smiles. Uh, uh, yeah, anyways, regarding Danny doing, is there anything else that you have on your mind that you would like to share? As always, I'm all yours, just like all the others. I mean, and the same goes for everybody else. Uh, Goldbeard, the one with the countries. Oh, yeah, obviously I'm live streaming, so you won't see it. It's on the. I simply moved it to the table on in my living room, and I attached it there because it doesn't matter how much how intensely I attach it with freaking duct tape to my wall. It doesn't stay neatly in place, and I was just tired of it, like almost trying to fall over or hanging sideways and shit. So I was like, "Fuck that! I'm gonna put you on my. I'm sorry for the swearing. Pardon my French. Simply gonna put it on the table and that's story. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah. David Bracho says secretly Danny is a guy from Argentina. That's highly unlikely. I don't think she speaks Spanish as far as I know, or has ever been to Argentina. Donna called gossip. Did you hear J.S. Garrett and Rudolph Douglas channel got taken down? Okay. J.S. Garrett vaguely rings a bell, but not Rudolph Douglas. The channels got taken down. What's the reason? Is it another thing like one of their followers like doing some crazy shit because they recommended it or something, or they got it from their channel or something like that? Hmm. That was his partner. Partner as in, you know, partner or just partner as in business associate. Kurt is Joseph. Well, Kurt is Joseph. Or Kurt and Joseph. Kurt is Joseph. Said Rurik stole 9,009K from him. Okay. Well, they shouldn't be business associates then. Or he chose a crappy business associate. Adam says she once had a video regarding the war in heaven saying that it was just God relieving a third of heaven into hell. I heard otherwise from Christian experts saying that they actually tried to start the war in heaven. No, I remember my video. Like I said, they're making it come off as if free will exists. Free will doesn't exist. So even the whole so-called war in heaven wasn't a war. It was essentially like everything that it's like something being staged. Okay, God says, oh, okay, I feel like having a war thingy in heaven. I feel like having a war in heaven. Okay. You guys start rebelling, and you guys kick them out once I've had enough. Again, it's like a strategy game, essentially, like a video game, but you're in complete and utter control. That's the best way to describe it. Uh, I'm sorry, but regarding the channel deletion, why? How does one of his business partners steal money, make it so that his channel gets taken down? I don't get that. What? How does YouTube know that? What? Unless the channel was like flagged for. No, even then, a lawsuit would be a lawsuit would be the normal response. But YouTube, generally speaking, doesn't take a channel down based on a personal crime committed towards an individual or from an individual. Or am I missing something? I'm sorry. Am I missing something? Goldbeard, do you know what hell is like? In a loose context, yeah, obviously. Um, in an occult context, yes. But again, it's different. It's different in an occult context. You can't really compare it, and it's impractical to discuss, honestly. Um, Damn it! Trying to copy and paste. JS Garrett occult Google. JS Garrett, magician and author, the metaphysical mad scientist. Okay, okay, video unavailable. This video is no longer available because the YouTube account associated with this video has been terminated. Why do these guys always look like that? Like freaking rednecks that are bald with a beard. Okay, okay, yeah, okay, okay, okay. Okay, honestly, listen, I'm just going to make the general statement that these guys are. It's essentially again, it's karma. It simply comes back to bite them in the ass. Honestly, just plain and simple karma. Uh, you don't understand what I'm saying. I'm saying that Christian exorcists said that certain angels started to rebel against God, which caused him to have a full-scale war. No, I understand what you're saying. So those Christian exorcists, they don't know crap. They're essentially saying it in such a fashion, essentially as if free will is present and certain angels rebelled against God, thinking that what they could win. You're going to win from an omnipotent being, a being that's responsible for you even starting the rebellion to begin with. Do you not get what I'm saying? That literally there is no the concept of rebelling isn't present even, as in we're all puppets and God is the one pulling the strings, etc. So that includes them. A cult online community is small, so it's good for business that it's gone. Haha. But no, but even if that wasn't the case, again, you reap what you sow. So again, these black magicians, when you mess around with that kind of negative energy, then sooner or later you're gonna get a boo boo. I want to say, yeah. So nope. The other thing, that was no, but seriously, Dan, if you want to tell me something in private, anything, then you know what to do. You have my private contact information. So I mean, email, obviously. Then yeah, you know what to do. Who's Roderick Douglas? I can't see anything. Roderick Douglas. Occult. Rurik Douglas, exclusive occult content, rituals, and more. Patreon. Okay. News at the Rurik Douglas is on YouTube. Hashtag YouTube. Oh no, he isn't. Real Talk with J.S. Garrett and Rurik Douglas. No, 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 no. Te la Petrova. Okay. Let me see. Okay. See all four levels. Oh, I just see a Patreon page for Rurik Douglas, but I don't see anything else really. Not that there are a lot, there are only two pages. Okay, 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 okay. What's power level EA Kuvera? I already mentioned that in the interview with the members of Legion of Lilith, and Danny is one of the members. So crap. I need to check something. Yeah. Hey man, what's your favorite food and dessert? Favorite food? I don't really have a favorite food. I'll eat anything as long as it's good. But one of the favorites is crab. Speaking of crab, I could go for some delicious crab right now. Just some crab with some crab with some delicious spicy crab with in I don't know, curry sauce maybe, or with some kind of soup. That would be so delicious. I'm almost I'm almost foaming at the mouth just thinking about it. Cold how legit is the Legion of Lilith? Looks perpetually high. He looks. What are you talking about? You mean the guy from Legion of Lilith, Dimitri? That channel consists of him and Danny Doom. So I'm sorry, what do you mean exactly? How legit is he? He doesn't use drugs. Oh, you mean that he's perpetually high? No, 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 no. That's not it. He's Eastern European, I think. So that's why he talks the way he talks. English isn't his native language, but you can tell immediately. I know immediately just by looking at him. The very second I saw him. That's why. I know what you mean. He sounds a little nasally. Yeah. No, that's just an Eastern European accent. Oh, damn it. Open up quicker. Okay. Um, I'll be closing off the stream in 5 minutes, I think, guys. So you've got 5 minutes. Go away. I'm gonna call me a cab and then I'm going to get something to eat because, in all honesty, I haven't eaten anything all day and it's already 4:23 p.m. in my location. And I only ate like some bread earlier with sausages as bread spread. That was in the morning time. So yeah. Ja, goeiedag. Kunt u het taxi sturen naar de vijfde rijweg 66? Oké, dank je. Yeah. So I I don't know what I'm gonna get. I already had noodle soup yesterday. Don't feel like cooking lately. Not that I'm lazy, but work makes you almost feel like a zombie to the point where like, ugh, just don't want to do anything. Ah, he is indeed strange, but also a very good practitioner. Uh-huh. Well, I hope to have you on the show again. That would be cool. Yeah, nice. Again, you know what to do. KK, but still strange to me. Yeah, but I mean, what can I say? You know, I don't really have an opinion on him. I have no opinion, literally neutral. Hmm. Mashik is reaching out to me. I see you were live streaming, so I didn't want to interrupt. No, that's okay. For me, it was usual, although we'll spend Saturday. People can literally see the way I'm responding to you on live stream right now. LOL. I'm literally using your name and everything. No, that's okay. Just take it easy. We can easily just keep chatting. I'm going to end the stream in like 5 minutes or so, or less. And then I'm simply going to get myself something to eat. And then you can simply drop me messages freely. So yeah, anybody have anything else to say? Like I said, almost 3 hour live stream. This went on for a lot longer than I thought it would. I thought like an hour would. I thought that I would have stopped already at an hour, but good thing that people kept popping in. Um, is Danny doing the person on the left? I haven't watched the interview Legion of Philip Mind Delving. Yeah, she that's her. Okay. She uses the name Danny Dune, but her full name is Danielle, as far as I know. In, so yeah, that's her. Why Goldbeard? Anything on your mind? Speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm just kidding. Hold your peace for this live stream. Ah, I'll see what I get. I'm not sure about what I want to get. I'm just gonna order something simple. Brown rice or white rice, fried rice with chicken. Have a good day, Morgan. Yeah, you too. Bye. Ah, so yeah, Goldbeard. Any particular reason? I'm just asking. Goldbeard, I just saw that. You saw what? Oh, you just saw that. Okay. Well, I'm assuming that then you understand. You understand what I was referring to earlier, don't you? So yeah. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So now you're on the level Goldbeard. So now you know what time it is. I love chatting with you. I love chatting with you too, David. Although love is a strong word, I like chatting with you. So yeah. Anything else? Last statements. Anybody has something to say? You've got literally like 60 seconds. How much time? You've got 60 seconds. There used to be an old movie called Gone in 60 Seconds. I think Nicolas Cage was in it. That was a really old movie in the 2000s.
I got nothing. See ya. Okay, no problemo. Um, Thanks for attending. As always, guys and gals. Until next time. Uh, bye bye to everyone. Bye bye.